episode 43. I've decided that the ghostly banquet we attended in the last episode gave Komori a sudden burst of inspiration in learning how to summon a demon. The efforts at the Arcanist Guild to learn how to read were only met with some middling success, I imagine. All Komori really learned was how to control a carbuncle. But there was one lesson that stuck out from Kalia. Something about what she said about strategy being used to shape one's reality into the one desires, or something like that. So rather than read a book and be shaped by its contents, I imagine Komori decided to shape the contents of a book into what she wants. That is, write a book herself. Which is to say, I've decided that her new minion is going to be this little book thing here. Let's just say at that banquet we were invited to filled with demons and whatever, all those void sent, she met one such desperate soul that was willing to be stuffed into a book to become her little lackey. We can call that a little bit of progress towards her goal of summoning an all-powerful demigod or demon or whatever. But she'll have to get more experience to get actually useful summons in battle. Of course, that would all come from doing the actual summoner quest, but I'm not going to be doing that right now. This is just my excuse for wrapping up the little side content we've been doing with the Arcanists and the Halloween event stuff. Speaking of wrapping up, I guess there's one more area that I should check in on. There's Haunted Manor, which I didn't see in the last episode. This, of course, is just Hawk Manor, but I think it was the previous year's version of the banquet, the social place people would gather to try on costumes. No voice. We'd at least have a look around and see the decorations, but this was mainly, of course, a social space. I'm sure Ishtola is tapping her foot very impatiently. We were supposed to stop the summoning of Titan, and here we are playing around in a haunted house. But it was all very important for Komori to learn how to summon a pitiful minion that does absolutely nothing in battle. Yes, very important indeed. I'm sure these would all be very fun for photo shoots. Unfortunately, all we have with us is Carbuncle for company. It's pretty fun that they let you into Hawk Manor on Halloween, with some more decorations than usual. It's probably the most Halloween-themed dungeon in the game, at least in the base game. There might be some contenders in the later expansions. This would all disappear once Halloween is gone. Come back next Halloween, of course, but I would be remiss if I didn't record this for posterity. If for some reason Final Fantasy goes away forever in the near future, or not the near future, the distant future, and my recordings in that time are all I have left of the game, this would be all I could use to re-experience what the Halloween event was like. That and other people's videos, which are, of course, probably packed with more social engagement, which is what this is all for. Nonetheless, I get to admire the decoration. big fan of how they use the little orange ghost guys both here and everywhere else in the overworld. Like this. Such aesthetic placement. Would be the boss room, of course, where we fight the dungeon boss of Hawk Manor. I guess this guy's the boss now. Of course, this isn't Hawk Manor lore-wise, it's just the same layout for whatever reason. At least I'm pretty sure it's not Hawk Manor. Just some haunted house that looks like it. Don't recall this room in the dungeon though. Alright, that's enough. Ishtola has waited long enough. And she'll wait a little bit longer because we actually have to change out of our clothes. Oh, I know, we can just do this, can't we? Ah, the hat. Actually... no, that's fine, isn't it? A little bit of a spoiler, not really. But the Sumner gets, as part of their outfit, horns. It's kind of iconic for the Sumner outfit. I'm not sure if all of the Sumner outfits have them, but a single horn protruding from the forehead. I was never really a fan of that look. But looking at it now, I think this can be a sort of allusion to that. Perhaps as whenever we're out and about as the Arcanist / Sumner, we can keep these horns out. That should be fine. Actually, why do I have two quests here? Both in the Arcanist Guild. I'm sure one of them is for actually ranking up into the Summoner bot. I missed this. What is this? No, this is a Summoner quest. No, it's a Scholar, of course. Of course it is, because the Arcanist becomes both the Summoner and the Scholar. It was a weird class that I forgot about that. In any case. That's a book for another day. Maelstrom Commander, I've kept you waiting. Actually, can we rank up now? You are currently Storm Private 3rd Class. To qualify for Storm Private 2nd Class, you must fulfill the following requirements. Ah, just a payment of seal sign. Did that give us anything? I guess we can't do these supplying missions. And promotion is still a ways away. Well, it's good that we did that now. There's a cap on seals that we have at these lower levels. And there's nothing that we can get worth using with our current rank. In fact, ranking up from 1 to 2 didn't seem to unlock us anything. I guess maybe these boots. Waste of time. Good to see you, Private Moriko. Little note, the way that the Maelstrom and other Grand Company factions refer to you does actually use your current rank. It's a pretty are a pretty easy change to make, just interchange your rank in front of your name with some variable or other in the dialogue. But it's always nice to see that little bit of lore staying in, even if you don't associate yourself that much with the brand companies, lore-wise. Anyway, the Scions sent word that you were on your way, and you took quite a long time to get here, but that's neither here nor there. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south, in increasing numbers from Orgamoro. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals, fodder for their fell primal. I guess it was Ishtola that said that. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Your deeds bring glory to the Maelstrom, Private Moriko. Right proud am I to call you one of our own. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Komori personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the kobolds plagued our people. Nor is this the first time we have had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was to the company of heroes we turned. But they are long disbanded, and we must look to other raised souls, blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is now that we turn to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right. Yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. That word. It gets me. Did not the thalassocracy. It's that simple. Did not the thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands, and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lominsans who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you to choose your words with greater care, Lady Ishtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it. Yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa Lominsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. I trust I can count on you, Private. You have my thanks. Along with the full support of the Maelstrom, I await good tidings. That the kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates that they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all we can of our foe. And I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lenosia. Quite why a mercenary would choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. What's this quest? Pup no longer. Well, it's free seals. Ah, Private Moriko, just the woman I was hoping to see. Your exploits of late have been the talk of Limsa. Don't let this puff up your sails too much. But I've heard some of the higher-ups saying that the Maelstrom would be lost at sea without you. But I suspect you're not the type to rest on your laurels. Nay, the tempest raging in your eyes tells me you're looking for new waters to navigate. Fortunately, we have just the place for people like you. Have you perchance heard of the Wolves' Den? It's a proving ground of sorts, established by the Eorzean Alliance. A place where the most promising of Grand Company recruits are sent to hone their skills. The Wolves' Den is to be found just off the shores of Lenosia. The ferry at Morby Dry Docks in Lower Lenosia will grant you passage there. Upon your arrival, seek out Captain Precoria Lotaislin. Well, no point in learning, I only have to say it once, I guess. I've let him know that you'll be coming, so you can count on a warm welcome. And this other quest... level 44. Wonder what that does. What's this quest even for? I guess unlocking the Wolves' Den for PvP? I mean, we already have PvP, so... what else could it be? I don't recall seeing your ugly mug around here before. You say Riki sent you? She said that she was sending a new wolf to the den, but more like run to the litter if you ask me. You barely have fangs for the honing, but I guess I'm feeling goddamn generous. So I'll draw you a bone. Start yourself off with crystalline conflict. Them training bouts are made special for feckless veteran types who can't tell sound strategy from a horse's arse. I still reckon it won't be dawn before you run home with your tail between your legs, crying for your mum. But you can have a word with Lieutenant Gungi Zalungi, if you insist on giving it a go. You'll find him outside, assuming you can work up a nerve. And stand up straight, maggot. This ain't no place for the weak of spine. Dismissed. I guess this really was just an introduction quest to the Wolves' Den. Huh. I guess we didn't have PvP unlocked, we only had the Wolves' Den place, the actual physical location that we could go to, but we didn't actually get PvP until just now. Crystalline Conflict is a little bit hard to describe. I guess it's sort of like Overwatch's push the cart mode, except it pushes in two directions. Well, I haven't played Overwatch in years, so I don't know how accurate that is. Well, we're not doing PvP this episode. While we're here, though, what does the weapon look like for the Arcanist / Summoner? That's Scholar. Ah, here we are. Interesting how it folds out. I do like a big book in terms of glamour. But I think thematically, this kind of more magic-y looking one is what I like better. Not sure what makes it more magic-y in my eyes. Maybe the shape, the crenellation, the brush attached to the front, drawings inside. Who knows? Alright, that was an easy set of seals. I guess there are more quests that we can get for PvP. Oh. Crystalline Conflict allows you to take part in small-scale 5v5 tactical skirmishes. It can be accessed via the PvP section of the Duty Finder. I was skipping through the dialogue because I thought I would get the usual quest pop-up that tells me what the quest is about, but guess I just skipped over the dialogue. Let's see. Look to be spoiling for a fight, newcomer. Not that I blame you, most everyone the captain sends my way is. You do well to vent some of that pent-up rage in a match or three of Crystalline Conflict. It's the latest, greatest, and most exciting tactical training you'll find this side of the front lines. You may think me biased, given that I'm one who came up with the rules, but nothing could be further from the truth. We receive countless calls to add more strategic elements to our training skirmishes, you see. And I simply put the entirety of my considerable skill toward answering them. Crystalline Conflict matches challenge you to maintain control over an all-important freight, which you must transport safely to a designated location amid the heat of battle. I've even designated special arenas replete with magic mechanisms to keep you on your toes. If that piques your interest, my first recommendation is that you learn the rules in their entirety, lest you be pulverized through the moment you step onto the field. But fear not, I'm more than happy to discuss any time. Crystalline Conflict, I think, is the better of the, 2 PvP modes there are. Unless I'm thinking of Rival Wings? Well, whatever one is the big multi-faction fight that doesn't really involve any strategy, as far as I know. I guess I don't have it unlocked. The one that I'm talking about. Maybe it's this guy. Shh-gaw. Selfnox comes to Wolf Place, learns that Uplanders have many heart thumps for fighty play. Selfnox sees chance for busy deal, offers gobby hand lending for Uplanders to have better fighty play. Crunch bone, smash steel muchly. Now new fighty play is born, name of Rival Wings. A sheen of Gobmake help Uplanders make much mayhem together. If Uplander wishes to fill brain case with knowings of Rival Wings, Selfnox happy to give many tongue flaps. I've never actually played Rival Wings. This isn't the one that I was talking about. Maybe this one is better than Crystalline Conflict, but I wouldn't know. From what I can tell, it seems to be a more standard RTA or RTS, whatever League of Legends type gameplay is called. And of course, I'd unlocked it here. The thing that I was thinking about was a thing called Frontline. Maybe I don't have that unlocked yet or something. Frontline is a large-scale conflict between 3 factions, maybe sometimes it's 2, which is just, I think, more of a capture the flag or king of the hill type situation. I think that's far too chaotic to have any kind of enjoyment with how many players there are. Or maybe some people enjoy it. While we're here, I might as well unlock the last thing. 1v1 duels. I'm not sure if Komori's gonna get any fights with anyone and challenge them to a duel, but if she does, we'll have this unlocked. Please, I beg of you, stay those ferocious looking fists. I'm not ready for a full contact sparring. Why, I've only just begun to practice my one-arm punch. So, you haven't come to duel me then? My apologies. You have the look of a woman who enjoys the thrill of a fight. And I thought perhaps you'd come to challenge me. And for good reason, I might add. You see, the Maelstrom recently opened up a new sparring grounds of sorts, right here on this pier. Now adventurers can go toe-to-toe without climbing down into the pit. It's all but certain you were just like everyone else, eager to earn a notch on your belt. Haven't the skill nor the courage to put up a fight, but you've the look of a woman who's weathered her fair share of battles. Perhaps you'd like to test your mettle in the ring? Not with me, of course. The officer who oversees the arena is just over there. Doubtless she'd be happy to tell you all about it. Just look at the frightful stare, that frightful stare. Always on the lookout for fresh blood, or so they say. I wonder how many people actually use this. Interesting. I wouldn't have noticed it without the lighthouse, but you can see them Lominsan from here. How fun. How accurate is that to the map? I guess pretty accurate. I pointed almost exactly in the direction of them Lominsan. Thinking about it, this outcropping is something that I spied in a previous episode. I didn't make it out for the wolves den, but this is that. What's this? Another wolf pup itching to get in the ring, are you? Well, if it's blood you're after and you need it quick, might be you can slake your thirst here. Before you go rushing off to get yourself blood in, though, there's rules to be learned. Don't you worry, lass. I'll teach you all you need to know. Oh, I guess that unlocked it. How do I challenge someone to a duel? What do you mean how? Just go and bloody ask someone to fight. So long as they've earned the right to fight here in the den, and they agree to your terms, that's all you need. And the actual tutorial? To challenge another player to a duel, both you and your desired opponent must be inside the dueling arena. Once inside, target them and select request a duel. And you can duel players in your party. I've never actually dueled anyone. I've only ever used PvP in the actual crystalline conflict. The mechanics are fine enough, I would say. I think our fastest route is this way. You're not too mad at us, are you? It's been around 8 episodes we kept you waiting. A silent treatment, huh? Well, that's fine. The Company of Heroes is the most celebrated mercenary band in the history of Eorzea. Even so, I must admit I've never before met one of their members face to face. I imagined that a warrior who had toppled both Titan and Leviathan would seek to bask in a lifetime of fame and glory, yet he seems to have settled in a place distinctly bereft of adoring crowds. Lay down your burdens, son. Come drain a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time. Find you a lass or 3. You're gonna say something, venturer, just keep staring. Eh? You want to know about the Company of Heroes? Ah, hells. Price of bleeding fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more? Still, seeing as you come all this way, suppose wouldn't hurt to oblige you. Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Trackdome was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Gah. So you want to hear the tale of how the Company of Heroes bested a primal, do you? Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus, eh? Oh, if only he'd been there to see it. 'Twas a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights, we did. The ground trembled with every step Titus took. And when he hit you, girl, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh, just like that. Oi, what's that look for? I'm a goddamned hero, I'll have you know. The people around here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Well, too bad. 'Cause now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that have made a nest by the windmill, just south of here? I do that, and we'll talk. Not to judge a person for dressing in their own, or how they dress in their own home, but maybe you consider putting on some pants next time you have guests. Or don't. Perhaps that's the culture in Eosia. Everyone's entitled to wear their underwear in the comfort of their own home, without the expectation that the guests need special treatment. We'll take care of these rats with our own rat. That's a lot of rats. Good thing we have AoE. What? We angered the Mandragora? A rat king now. There really was an infestation. I guess Chola didn't help because of how angry she is with us. Eh? So the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Venturer. Save me the hassle of... never mind. What? You still asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venturer. It was a pretty risky strategy. The kind only a veteran of 10 score battles could rely upon. I want to teach you, I truly do. But unless you prove you have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you'd need to be capable of saying, say, I got you. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the flower milt here, so you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you try heading due west, and stand in lookout in case a Gabriel comes calling. Say it, and I might consider telling you more about old Titus. Long wait time. I guess we are waiting for a Gabu to show up. Can't imagine they're very fast. Wow, that's the biggest Gabu I've ever seen. Huh. Spooky. Short quest. Eh, you again? And that Gabu that was harassing the millers is dead? Didn't think you had it in you, adventurer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm still not sure if I should tell you our secrets. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you've got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew, Jackdome? You in here drinking again? If you are, that Gabu had better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You have me word on that. Cleave the beast's skull in two with me trusty axe, I did. Is that a fact? And what will your friend here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Trackdome who slew that Gabu? Or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Trackdome, the finest axeman ever to serve in the company of heroes. The legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drink-sodden dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Well, see, Titus was what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of Sahagin I've ever heard. Both of you, outside, will learn the truth the Lominsan way. Trackdome, if you didn't slay that Gabu, you may consider your contract revoked. Well, I guess this isn't Trackdome's house. Which makes it even more questionable why he's wearing underwear in someone else's home. Maybe that's just normal in Eosia. Like taking off your shoes when you enter a home in Japan. Everyone takes off their pants and just wears underwear inside. Alright, you know the rules. First one to smash your boulder will be judged the Gabu Slayer. Don't even think about trying to kill me. That's cheating. Who picked these boulders? They're nothing alike. Ah, the hell with it. Let the contest begin. What happens if I attack his boulder? Well, I don't feel like repeating the quest, so I'm not gonna try. Excuse you? Excuse you? You said we're not allowed to attack him. Whatever. There were better options I could have chosen after getting paralyzed. Excuse you? Excuse you? Honestly. What is with this guy? What a pain in the ass. I'm very tempted to attack him. That's all he gets for now. Alright, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes. But I'm begging you, Chief. Please don't dismiss me. I've learned me lesson, honest I have. Save your blubbering, Chaktoum. Gods, I should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive you, I swear. It's just that I kept getting turned away by all the folk who I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was a captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but you wouldn't believe me, look, his name was Wastegate, alright? Wastegate. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell's that thing's name was. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on then. Tell the chief to forgive me, it's only fair. Well, we gave him his drubbing. A little smack with the bookend's fine. So does he just hang out here still? Okay. I'll be keeping my eye on you. They call me a working man, and I reckon that's what I am. Drinking under the chief's nose, sneaking out the back door. And nobody'll ever know. I'll know, Chaktoum. Keeping my eye on you. So is Carbuncle. That's right. Peepee. Your name is Peepee. Alright. We were here already, but this would have been the time that we were introduced to Costa del Sol. At least in the main story quest. Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Lominsan are depending upon us. At least this guy has pants, even if he doesn't have a shirt. Well, part of a shirt. You fancy yourselves heroes then, just like in the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. She is blessed with a power that protects her from primal influence. Thus was she able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks, and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered, useful, but it will not be enough. It is true the company of heroes fought and felled the primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him. And in the end... defeated him, in the end. But he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon them set to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you. But I will not send you into Ogamoro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gigaruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Ye gods, man! Have you heard nothing I have said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. Komori has already eaten up whatever time we have. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your own way into Ogamoro. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray do whatever the captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Lominsan hangs in the balance. Of course, that's Y'shtola's excuse to make us do all the work, because we made her do all the work while we were off doing something else, learning how to read books and whatnot. I guess it's only fair that we do our own share of the heavy lifting. Master Gigaruju's requests can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true task, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. Enix has recently been seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with herring. Say the Enix and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a Lega as proof of the kill. The weather turned a little bit sour. That's the Enix. I guess someone else was taking it on. Or could be part of a different quest. I assume that guy was in the same place as I am for the main story. I don't even know what a Enix is. I guess that thing could be described as slimy, though that's often a misconception. For both fish and toads. Excuse you? Being pushed around, can't even cast a spell. One of these stairs were always here, only added in after they added in the ability to swim in the later expansion. Surely they didn't change the geometry that much. I guess these stairs could have always been here and they just lead into the water for aesthetic's sake, even without the ability to swim. Well, did you deal with the Enix? Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. Not sure why this is a reward. 2 highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gigaruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gigaruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so, Komori, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine. And by suitable, I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being. I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Ladanel at Camp Tranquil. What? Did you mean to tell me that you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. I didn't know you could get these guys as minions. How fun. I want one. Not that I'm planning to replace you, book. Of course, this book that I got was only from the market boards. You actually get it from a dungeon later in the game, themed around books, but I thought it might be nice to have a book following us around after all our attempts to read. I didn't think this quest would take us all the way to the Black Shroud, but I guess we're going there. Come to think of it, the main quest never really took us to Camp Tranquil in the first place. This would be, I guess, the first time that you see it if you weren't exploring around like I was, and only doing the main story quest. Do you require assistance, adventurer? So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Komori. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Well, I hope you get it. Huh, you amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. Let me be clear. This business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them, it was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot. Ditto here being a rare exception. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from them, or from the nearest heaven's pillar. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in a nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Komori. You do not need a challenge, Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in the swamp. It was nice of Detto to gesture to Landonel's words. It was amusing. East, huh? Guess this would be the first time I actually explore the area below, though I've teleported to that aetherite many times. Not much to see though, other than a bunch of Morbles, Stropers, and some swamp, and some Adamantors. Now where exactly are we finding this thing? Here we are. Ah. Hey guy. I thought you might have the good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to preserve, or persevere, to the bitter end. Such bravery, such recklessness, that will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalan. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Wode Nun. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Komori. Have we unlocked that teleportation point? Right, I remember. We came here for one quest or another. Or at least somewhere in the desert. Probably a Black Mage quest. I guess this would also be your first time coming here for the main story. If you didn't wander around. State your business, adventurer. So this is the one Westgate sends at me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you. And until I do, you will receive no aid from me. I cannot roll my R's, so I won't be doing that. I guess for a mage, what, critical hit? I guess that's always good. In any case, we're getting late on time, so now would be a good time to take a break.